What is up, guys? Poledoo here. Welcome to the start of another Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes playthrough. This will be the third and final path that we have left to do. Scarlet, Blaze. You can see on the title screen we have 2 of them done. So if you are by chance coming across this and you don't want spoilers of the other paths, this is being done in New Game Plus with the other 2 paths already being done, so there will be a lot of comparing and contrasting and talking about things in the grand scheme of things, but from, you know, the perspective of Scarlet Blaze. But that is the plan. So would you like to carry over your New Game Plus file? Absolutely. 91 hours. Wait, select units to carry support levels. Yeah, all support levels that don't matter. Next. There we go. Carry over support levels. Yes. Data for the protagonist will be carried over during the second battle. All other data will be carried over during the third battle. Yes. But chapter 1 and 2 are all the same. So we are going to expedite things here. We're going to be jumping straight to all the new stuff. So we're not starting at prologue. We're not starting at chapter 1. We will be starting straight on chapter 2. And I've actually been messing a little bit with maddening in the background of Azure Gleam to see what the levels go to. Shez on their own, they can handle it. The levels aren't actually that much higher than hard, really. So just continue the increase from normal to hard to maddening. Classic, of course. Quick and efficient. Begin. Yeah. Okay, so much like the other 2 routes, when we get to a camp to talk to everyone, I have refrained from talking to anyone outside of the paths that we are going to be choosing. We are male Shez, by the way, as you can see, and this time I chose female Byleth, so we did a male Shez, male Byleth, a female Shez, female Byleth, and so now we have male Shez, female Byleth for our last one, or I guess Baguette, of course. Same name, but hello. There you are. Thank you for your assistance in the previous battle. I'd like to discuss your future if you have a moment. If you find yourself with no place to go after we accomplish our objective, I'm hoping we might hire you on with the Empire.
What do you think?
I can promise you'll be handsomely paid, including the work you did today. So, what say you? Decide later. I mean, we've already decided, but we have to decide later. Appreciate the offer. Definitely think it over. Town like yours is hard to come by.
On another note.
By the by, have you spoken with the others here in camp? If you'd like, I can tell you a little bit about the students of my own house, the Black Eagles. So,
well, you're certainly not timid.
The rundown.
You do realize you're addressing the heir to the Imperial throne, yes? Still, I suppose I admire that sort of freedom. It must be nice not to have your lot in life decided for you.
Okay, we'll do like a detailed thing, just bite-sized when we actually get into maps, because the first few maps they do actually like, okay, you can only field these people. Okay, now you can only field these people. And my memory is trash. So looking at everyone's action and support abilities,
you do still. Hubert of
not gonna do me any good right now.
His family is unusual in that they're noble but lack territory of their own. Hubert is deeply loyal to me, and you can trust him completely. In fact, I imagine he's quite grateful for what you've already done.
Okay. Dorothea.
That's Dorothea Arnault. She's an up-and-coming songstress in a famous Imperial opera company. Or she was, at least. For some reason, she abandoned her musical career and enrolled in the Officers' Academy. She has a very magnetic personality, which I'm sure you'll see.
Ferdy.
Have you spoken with Ferdinand? One conversation will explain him far better than I can.
What does that mean?
He's the heir to an influential house, which drives him to excel. But he can be quite the handful sometimes.
Okay.
One of our classmates usually stays holed up in the dormitory instead of coming on these assignments. Her name is Bernadetta. If you bump into her, don't be surprised if she screams and runs away. That's sort of her thing.
Unfortunately, yeah. Caspar?
Caspar is the second-born son of a great and noble house. But as he's not the heir, you might say he joined the academy to make his own way. War and fighting are his sole pursuits, so I bet the 2 of you will get along just fine.
Okay. Petra.
Petra isn't from the Empire. She's the granddaughter of the King of Brigid, which is an archipelago situated off our western coast. You'll find her a quick study, a gifted fighter, and endlessly curious. But always come prepared to talk, because she'll definitely want to pick your brain.
Okay. And finally, my man Lynn.
Surely you know someone like Linhardt. He's as bright as they come, yet just as lazy as well. That's simply how he is, though. I can't force him to apply himself, but he'll come around. Most likely.
Most likely. All right. So that's her spiel on everything. Let's actually go and talk to them.
Listen.
I am called Petra. I am finding you to be quite fascinating. Give your name.
Right on.
Hey there, I'm Shez. I'm technically a mercenary, though I guess right now I'm kind of just a drifter.
That has much difficulty.
I do not have understanding. Where are you drifting to?
Yeah, I don't
through
know.
the world? You know, like just sort of kicking around with no real end goal? Oh, Ferdinand's right here. Okay.
Look who has arrived.
Well, the mercenary who cut down the leader of those thieves. I must say, that was quite the capable display you put on back there. I am Ferdinand von Eyre, a legitimate scion of the Eyre family, the foremost house of the Empire. Try to play along. Yeah, I think I've heard of you. You're one of the Empire's big movers, right?
What?
You think you have heard of us? Why, I never. Now, see here, my sellsword friend. We are House Eyre, proud eagles of the Empire.
I am on it.
Clearly, I must work harder as a beacon to the common folk, so they might cry the name of my family from one end of the continent to the other. These two. Hey, Linhardt, wake up! Look, I get that you're tired, but we're leaving at the crack of dawn, remember? The bandit attack stole my chance for sleep, so I must... and who might you be?
Hey.
Hey there, the name's Shez. I'm a merc who's just passing through the area. Got caught up fighting those bandits earlier, which is how I ended up here.
What?
Wait, so you're the one who took out their boss? You were amazing. I should have given chase and knocked him around a bit myself, but oh well. Dorothea?
Hello.
You must be the mercenary, Edie told... Edie? I guess Adel, Eddie. I think she says Eddie. I'm Dorothea. You've heard about the Officers Academy, right? Well, pretty much all this year's students from Black Eagle House are here at the moment. Well, except for Bernadetta, which is sadly typical. Good, I don't have to talk to her. She stayed behind because she was terrified of the idea that we might be attacked in the woods. I can't believe she ended up being right. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to ramble. Has anyone ever told you you're surprisingly easy to talk to? And my man Hubert. Ah, yes, you are the mercenary we happened across.
My thanks.
While I harbored some reservations about you, the fact remains that you assisted Lady Edelgard, and for that I offer my gratitude. Accept as praise. Happy to help, although I wouldn't mind some details about that whole reservations part.
No.
My thoughts are mine alone. You need not concern yourself with the matter. Okay, well there we go. There is the crew. So it's time to jump forward to where we can actually join them. All right, here we go. Adrestian Empire Black Eagles, a house for students from the Adrestian Empire. Many are nobility, and most of them use magic.
So you wish to join Edelgard's Black Eagles. Are you certain?
Yes.
Yep, that's the one. I'm sure of it.
May you build wonderful and lasting friendships in your new house.
Well, what do you think? I believe there is a very good chance it will work.
And here we pick up on all the new stuff now that we have chosen our house and we are moving toward our chapter 2 map and all that entails it through the eyes of the Black Eagles.
Perhaps, Lady Edelgard. But is that chance not outweighed by the danger of matters going awry? We have managed to walk the knife's edge so far. But what you are suggesting is open hostility. If they so much as catch wind of our intentions, things will go sideways very quickly.
Regardless, this is our last opportunity to save her. Frankly, it's a miracle we even have the chance.
I thought you once proclaimed not to believe in miracles, Lady Edelgard.
And I don't. At least not the kind one has to sit around and wait for. But right now, everyone is exactly where we need them. Her, the bandits, the string pullers, and the perfect instructor with the perfect mission. I'm going to make this miracle happen, and I will do so for our future.
Then we'd best have a plan in place to finish the job, in case they catch on. I expected you to burn a few bridges, but this plan would be akin to setting half the countryside on fire.
Which is exactly why I'm counting on you, Hubert, and why I'm grateful to have you by my side. Welcome to the Black Eagle House.
All right.
I'm pleased you selected us.
Whoa, wait, what? You're a student now?
Yes,
And not only that, you're one of us? That's great!
Wait, stop! I don't know this person! Oh, why are there so many new faces?
That's what you get for skipping this year's first field excursion, Byrne. A lot happened. There was even a bandit attack. Did you really not hear about any of this?
Bandits!
I must say, the church took a bold step in enrolling you. A decision which I, of course, fully support. You helped Edelgard, and we stand to learn quite a bit from one so skilled.
Yes, I have eagerness to examine the fighting of mercenaries. We should be sparring, 1 versus 1.
If anyone needs me, I'll be asleep and... Wait, hold on. Do you have a crest? Did Professor Hanneman even check?
Oh, he checked all right. Sorry to say, I'm certifiably crestless.
Strange. You definitely seem the type.
I mean,
But
you're
I
not
suppose
wrong.
I'm just imagining it.
It's like we're the type that would have one, but we don't. We just have other magical powers.
And now you know
it's
the
all good.
rest of our house. As you already met some of us in camp, I assume you knew what you were getting into. We may not be perfect, but we support each other as best we can. Please try your utmost to get along with everyone.
Here approaches Professor Yuritsa. That makes all of us.
Remember your mission?
We are to eliminate the remaining members of the Iron King's thieves that attacked our camp. The chief, Costas, has already been struck down, and now only a scattering of brigands remain.
Even with our limited experience, we should be able to defeat them handily.
Good. Prepare yourself.
Limited experience.
Of course, Professor. Oh, he's gone.
So it would seem. Right then. We'd better get all of our waterfowl in a row.
Wait, but Oh, good work, Bernie. Why didn't you speak up sooner?
I know what you mean. I never even got the chance to break out my best. Leave it to me, Professor. He's a real tough nut, that's for sure. Says just as much as he has to, then makes tracks.
Well,
Yeah, I'm sure
the
it's
less
fine.
you say, the greater your mystique.
Sure, yeah, that too.
True enough. There's not much charm in someone who talks your ear off at every opportunity.
Whatever the case, I expect all Black Eagles to participate in this mission, including you, Bernadetta. You can do this. And I look forward to seeing our mercenary friend here in action.
Express
let you
quiet
down.
confidence. All right. 2 weeks later.
There you are, Yuritsa. I have word from the knights.
It is time.
You know, I think that interaction happens in every path. There was some interaction, maybe it was the one with Hubert and Edelgard at the start, that you see in every path. But I was wondering if we actually would get to hear and listen in. That might have been it, but the answer was still no.
Yes. The bandits have fled north into the canyon bordering Count Ro's land in the kingdom. But the knights have cut off their escape, and now stand ready to provide whatever support the students may require.
We'll leave at once.
I needn't remind you, this is the first real battle for some of our charges. I trust you will keep them safe. Though I likely do not need to worry with an old hand like you at their side.
No, you don't. You there. It's time for the mission. Gather the others.
About time we saw some action.
Hell yeah.
Lost sight of them?
Ashamed to admit it, but yes. It's possible someone magicked the bandits away. But why go to that kind of trouble for a handful of highwaymen scum?
So be it. We'll follow the blood scent.
Right, of course. We'll follow... Wait, what?
We're leaving. Everyone, follow me.
Professor, wait! Well, he must have some idea where the bandits went. Let's hurry after him.
I do still love that. Third time through is like, follow the
Pathetic.
blood scent. What? Follow the what?
Professor Yuritsa,
Excuse me?
you shouldn't charge ahead like that. It's far too Wait, what is all this?
dead by my hand.
Yes, they look quite dead indeed. Are these the miscreants we were meant to deal with?
How is one to tell? One uncouth ruffian looks much the same as any other. Do you know, Professor? Were you following some manner of lead?
No, but it's them. They were trying to escape to that fortress.
That fortress?
Yes, Caspar, that's what he said. Something you want to share?
Nope. It just seemed suspicious.
You are something else, Caspar. Still, I guess the place does look kind of suspicious.
We're near the border of the kingdom and the empire, but that is no Imperial outpost.
It's not the kingdoms either, and they're not flying any kind of banner. I'm guessing it's a bandit hideout.
Then give us allowance to be storming their base and crushing them under our feet.
It might be a little dangerous for us to handle on our own, Petra.
Yes!
That's what you think.
I mean, I agree. We should all, go home. Right now.
But the bandits might be inside, and they must answer for their crimes. It is our noble duty to finish them off before they can bring harm to another soul.
This isn't about nobles. It's about doing the right thing, period. And striking down evil is the Caspar way.
We'll
Yeah.
be heroes if we manage to take out the entire bandit outpost. This is the kind of stuff I live for.
Since when are you so gung-ho? Oh, right. Since always.
Enough. This is not our decision to make. Professor Yuritsa?
The mission stands. Enter the fortress. Dispatch any bandits you find. There are no signs of life. We may be chasing ghosts.
Professor, are you having the ability to speak with ghost spirits?
It is just an expression, Petra. It means there is probably no one here.
Ah, I am understanding now. You have my thanks. This language has much peculiarity some of the times.
Well, if that's settled, let us make ready. Make sure you're prepared before we head out.
All right. So, who are the three? Ferdinand, Edelgard, and Hubert are who we get to use. Okay. All of which are going to be level 1. Hopefully that's okay. Oh, yeah, level 2. Okay. So let's see here. Hubert, or what is the 12 minutes, 600 enemies? Yeah. There we go. So Hubert's a monk. Comes with miasma, Nosferatu, dark conjuration. So gain a low chance to impale an attacked enemy with a magic spike. Additional attacks power up the spike. Press ZR to detonate the spike and inflict dark damage based on power level. So that's saying it's a passive every time I attack, presumably. And then they'll have a magic spike. Whenever the gauge is full, I ZR and they blow up. Okay. Perception keeps the stun gauge visibly longer. Officer's duty. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. We got Ferdinand. So he has Night Needler, Earth Splitter, maximum ambulation. At 300 hits and above, gain an increase in speed proportional to hit count. I do like speed. All right. Name drop slightly restores the awakening gauge with each enemy commander defeated. Okay, what's your crest do? 10% chance to land a crit with combat arts. Solid enough. Starts as a soldier. Okay. And of course, like there's us. And Edelgard. Swinging Fury, Returning Axe, Fighter, Solar Prominence, just like Claude and Dimitri. It's nothing super fancy. It's just imbued with element. Hers is fire. As well as the the passive cause enemies that are guarding to nonetheless sustain 50% of calculated damage. Very, very good, especially since we upped it to maddening. I'm sure they're going to block a whole lot more, unfortunately. And then ambition, when in order to attack, reduce damage received from enemies by 30%. All right. Let's get it going.
We'll put the bandits to rout. Follow me.
Hey, we got intruders!
Yeah.
You must be a bad guy if you're pointing a weapon at me.
Get ready to pay!
Jesus. I mean, this is just Shez in early game, new game plus. They'll catch up probably pretty quickly, honestly. Just not in this map.
I'm not letting you past. My life depends on it.
Now we know who to kill to open the gate.
But we still, I mean, I don't need the S rank. I've S ranked this already. So the S rank rewards are already in our inventory.
I tried to stop them.
All right, so let's see here. I do want to mess with them. I mean, they're not in any classes that I have never experienced.
Not a problem.
But I'm gonna tell you to go here. I'm gonna tell you to go here.
They must learn who they...
There's not a question.
Ferdinand there.
Leave this to me.
And we will take control of Hubert ourselves. See how this goes, especially with the spikes
This place
thing.
is bigger than I thought. Split up.
Careful. Do not let the enemies be ganging up on you.
All of these dead bodies are enough to numb the senses.
Any final words? I feel no mercy.
I'm okay. It's always so maybe.
Is that a treasure chest? Yes. It seems we will need a key to open it.
I'm unsure.
All ready to grab a nice haul from that chest. And now those intruders are all
So
over
I
the
see
place.
a few of them. Okay, there are a bunch on me right.
Any final words?
Okay.
I got this.
This is certainly not what we signed up for.
I feel no mercy.
And that was a big spike.
Better inside the fortress than it was on the outside.
I can't take this anymore. I want to go home.
All right.
Any final words?
I'm curious how potent this is at level 3. Because right now it seems interesting.
No mercy.
Presumably the higher the level, the higher chance of getting a spike on an enemy. And presumably higher the damage that the spike actually does.
Unless something else concerns you, Professor.
Search the basement. Something is amiss.
Okay, so
Here I go.
let's
No, everyone,
tell
to
you
me.
to open the
Advance.
chest.
There's not a question of can.
Actually,
Here I go.
tell
No
you
mistakes. They
there.
must learn who they're up against.
There's not a question.
Ferdinand
of can.
open the chest.
Forward, march.
Shez,
problem. I've got this.
go down to the jail.
I feel no mercy.
Nosferatu. Okay. And now that Ferdinand opened the chest,
There's not a question of
we'll
can.
tell him to take care of that guy.
I'm bringing it down.
Also, not having any food buffs, we're probably not going to get any warrior gauges. Would be curious to know
there's
if
a
any of them
prisoner
have
down here.
unique
She
specials.
looks like an academy student.
I feel no mercy.
I was gonna say, why are we looking at you again? Because Shez popped the stronghold in one attack and, yeah, freed her.
Here to rescue me? Lady Edelgard!
Any final words?
Monica, how did you... No,
I feel
my
no
questions
mercy.
can wait.
Thank you for saving me.
Any final words?
Okay.
Kranya will make us wish we were dead.
It's not safe here. We must take the girl and run.
Any final words?
Whoever they are, seem to be targeting that student.
I feel no mercy.
Falls upon us to keep her.
Sorry,
Here they must
Ferdinand.
I will
I'll make
Leave
sure
this to
everyone's
me.
doing their thing, you know?
Not a problem. No matter the cost.
Let me switch to
Watch
Edelgard.
this. I'm bringing it down.
I'm fighting mages with a mage. It's not a good time.
words.
I will capture this stronghold. I got this.
Oh, you swing so slowly.
More bandits that eluded us. Leave none alive.
Okay.
Let us go to work.
So Monica not being impeded. You there?
Here I go. No mistakes.
Okay, that guy's definitely gonna die in a second. You
They
there?
must learn who they're up against.
Actually, other way around.
Let us go to work.
You attack
Here I
the
go.
non-mage.
No
You attack the
mistakes.
mage.
They must learn who they're up against.
There's not a question of
Ferdinand,
Ken. Only a matter of
go
will.
here. I'm gonna swap
a
to
breather.
Shez, Shadow Blade, and be on our way. Hello. Give me that. Also, how we doing? Okay. I'm just curious how the S rank was
We
looking.
should be safe here. I mean, I hope we are at least.
All right. Who came in here and trashed my beautiful stronghold?
Hello, Kranya.
Hi there. I'm Kranya. But you can just call me the lady that's about to murder you. Or, you know, don't.
It's her.
Uh-huh.
So be it. Kill her.
Right. Oh, we got meter now. Do we need it? No. Are we going to for just for
That's the
BM?
last of them.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we could do? Let's grab Hubert
Right then. Let us go to work.
and make him an
Shall we
adjutant.
join?
That way we
If you
can
truly
forcibly
are
see
Kranya,
his
then it is
special.
you who will die this day.
Good. Then we can proceed as planned.
Hubert, where are you? Come here. All right.
Oh, very well.
Oh, there she is.
You got my back?
What you got over here? I mean, him being a monk, it might not look very different. It might be specific classes, like as a dark mage, he might have a special one. Maybe not as he currently is.
All right. You asked for it.
But let's see. Unassign.
There's not a question of Ken.
And oh,
Only
I gotta wait
Release
for him to
the
pop out.
creature we
And then we're
There's
gonna do
not
the
a
same thing with
question of
Ferdinand.
Ken. Let us
captured.
The beastie.
This is going to be trouble. On your guards, everyone.
And with one of these, wait for him. We'll do the kill with Ferdinand. All right.
Attack in force. You'll
Let's
never
see.
defeat it
Anything
alone.
extra special? Doesn't particularly look like it.
We'll do it together! I've got you now!
Again, maybe like a paladin. He has like a super special paladin one because that's kind of his like canon class.
It's not over.
They defeated
He
a demonic
spikes
beast?
in everyone.
Impossible! Talus isn't going to like this at all. You'll pay for this. You'll all pay.
So if Hubert's ability doesn't end up being that great
Snake
visually,
escaped.
it's kind of
But
funny. I do
still,
like it
Monica
visually
is
at
safe,
least.
and that's what matters.
Okay. So of course it was free 99, as it is every time. Really, was just extra the case given New Game Plus Shez.
I thought I would never breathe fresh air again for as long as I lived.
But I think that's why classic mode starts at chapter 4. I think that's when it's like, okay, now the difficulty you chose is real. I mean, the next chapter we play, whoever's fielded, we're gonna get the extra levels and whatnot. Well, actually, no, I think it was this chapter. Had the two that joined us been able to be gotten on other routes, but currently we've only ever recruited Petra, Dorothea, and Linhart, which are all level 50 from recruiting them. So They will be the only ones with an immediate boost. Otherwise, people are gonna need to have money thrown at them to be boosted.
I'm not sure what to say except thank you, everyone.
How did you end up in such an awful place, Monica? I heard you went missing in House Ox territory.
I did indeed. In fact, I was on the verge of graduation when I was kidnapped by the strangest people. Oh, how silly of me not to introduce myself. I'm Monica von Ox.
I am rather interested in her though, because she's actually playable. So we'll see how the brand new character with whatever supports they gave her turns out.
I'm the eldest child of Baron Ox, and one of your highness's most loyal subjects. Seeing as you saved my life, I plan to devote that very life back to helping your cause.
You've not changed at all, though I do appreciate the enthusiasm.
Monica was a Black Eagle in last year's class. One might say she's part of the old guard.
I'm not sure how I feel about you calling people old.
Damn.
Yes. I think I understand. This all began when the knights lost sight of the bandits and you gave chase. Afterward, you entered a suspicious fortress and rescued a missing student. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll be sure to smooth things over for you once we're back.
Sounds good. But, why are you even here, Alois?
Because the knights sent for help after you left them behind. Did you expect anything different? Not that I'm trying to lay blame at your feet. I know you were following Professor Yuritsa's lead, so I think everyone involved can head home knowing they did just swell. For as you know, all's swell that ends swell.
Still, I find this a rather grave turn of events. To think the same bandits who attacked our charges were behind another student's abduction.
I never said I was kidnapped by bandits.
You didn't?
Now that I think on it, not everyone in that fortress was dressed like a common rogue. Perhaps the bandits were mere decoys while some other villain pulled strings behind the scenes.
Agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, there was one real piece of work. Kranya, I think, who managed to escape. I've seen all kinds of people as a mercenary, and she was definitely not your everyday bandit.
You're on the right path. Perhaps I should just tell you who kidnapped me, seeing as I already know.
What? Why didn't you mention this earlier?
Everyone was busy speculating, so it was difficult to cut in.
What do you know, child? Out with it.
Her Highness can vouch for this, but my memory is quite strong.
Try remarkable. You never forget a face, even one seen only at a glance.
Okay.
Your Highness, thank you for the compliment. I'm certain of what I saw. The one who kidnapped me was surely Tomas the librarian.
Tomas? Impossible.
Interesting.
But Tomas has been at Garreg Mach even longer than I have. I don't want to believe it, but based on what you say, we've no choice but to investigate.
But Sir Alois...
Be on guard. If Tomas is in league with Kranya, he is dangerous.
Very well. I will quietly report the matter to Lady Rhea and leave the decision in her hands. Not a word of this to anyone. Is that clear?
Absolutely.
Well, now things are getting interesting. Honestly, did not see this coming. So what do you make of this Kranya? Why do you think she was at the fortress?
You seemed preoccupied with her during the battle. She a friend of yours?
Sadly, I wouldn't know. My memory is but a shadow at this point. Gone, vanished, lost. I remember meeting you, but before that, nothing at all. And yet, the moment I saw her, I was struck with the most inexplicable feeling. I couldn't tell you if it was revulsion or affection. It was simply pure emotion.
And here I thought I had it tough.
Are you worried about me? How adorable. Oh, but I do love that about you.
Arvol's great.
And so, the Archbishop has elected to apprehend Tomas.
He has been away from Garreg Mach for days now. During his absence, an investigation of his behavior and personal effects laid bare his hostility to the Church.
The Knights have been instructed to await his return and take him in. As quietly as possible, of course.
as quietly as possible. Yeah.
We want him alive, so we might discover the whereabouts of his associates.
I'm glad they actually believed me.
If they doubted you, you would have known it the moment they clapped you in irons and led you away.
So who is this Tomas guy anyway? You say he works in the library?
He does. I've lost track of how many times I've spoken to the man.
No surprise, Lynn. You practically live at the library. So what did he look like again?
Burly? Not even close. He's a frail old man with a walking stick.
From what I understand, he's been at Garrick Mach for 40 years, at least. It is hard to imagine that he had been plotting evil that whole time. I wonder what led to his transformation.
Transformation? Would someone not be noticing if Tomas changed his appearance?
Correct or misunderstanding? I mean, she's not necessarily wrong. Look puzzled.
Petra, Ferdy just means that Tomas's opinion of the church changed at some point.
If they were really worried about transformations, you'd expect they would turn their gaze to you. Good to know they're nice enough not to do so.
So this Tomas person sent the bandits after us? What an awful man.
You're one to talk, Bernadetta. You weren't even there.
Yes. You were not having reason to fear for your continued living.
You're right! Everyone pipe down. Something's happening outside.
Are they ready at the gates?
Yes, sir. Every exit is covered.
Well, it sounds like Tomas has returned. I don't know why I know this, but you need to get out there, and quickly.
That line, especially going through this multiple times. I don't know why I know this, but you need to go watch that. Dash off without a word.
Where are you going? There he is!
You know, this was supposed to be quiet, you know?
That man down there.
Scream at him. There he is!
Lady Rhea
Get
wants
him.
to speak with you. I suggest you accept.
This doddering persona of mine will benefit me no further.
What is this?
Familiar, right?
Such hubris from mere vermin. You will pay for this.
You know, given that our powers are
Find
about
him.
the same,
Right.
What he did was just like...
it's a good thing we just get like horns coming out the side of our head and not extendo Megamind Chrome Dome, you know, with the veins sticking out and whatnot. We got lucky there. But that is the start of Scarlet Blaze, where everything changes, and it's the same map, same battle, same kind of events, but of course from the third class's perspective. And then the next chapter is completely different, so it'll be absolutely blind. Well, pretty much from there on out. I say pretty much because there are still events that transpire the same across all three paths, but you know what I mean. Either way, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you are excited to see the third and final path of this game, and I will see you next time.